Good morning, everyone. This is The Quake, FM 99, KQAK, beginning its broadcast career.
The Quake, FM 99, KQAK San Francisco, with no commercials.
Well, there we go. Okay, huh?
Hey!
It's taken these guys about a year to do, and we're finally here. We are.
We're back.
Gee, it's been about what, Rogalski, about 5 weeks for you
5
and I,
weeks,
huh,
yeah.
since we've been here, huh?
Yeah.
And welcome. This is the Quake FM 99, which is going to be the best radio station in San Francisco. You can take it from me.
Yeah.
We got some people already assembled here, and throughout the morning, I guess a lot of friends of the station are going to be dropping by, and it's really going to be something. And so once again, we are proud to say I'm Alex Bennett.
And I'm Joe Rogalski.
Gee, you're just jumping in like you always have.
Yeah, I got rhythm.
You got rhythm?
Still.
Good for you.
Yeah.
Anyway, we're ready to roll here. We got all kinds of things. I don't know. I've just been thinking for weeks how I'm going to start this whole thing, because we got to let people know what this is all about.
That's right.
This is probably going to be the best music you're going to get anywhere in San Francisco.
Amen.
I see names on that in the music rack here that I haven't seen in a radio station in years.
I'm going to start listening to a radio station I work for again.
At last, a radio station. At last, a radio station in San Francisco that plays Elvis Costello.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And Ian Hunter.
And the Ramones.
Ah.
Yeah. But they still play Steve Miller. Well, look, you got to give a little, you got to take a little.
As long as it's very little taking.
Let me. We should say, give you an idea of some of the people you're just going to hear this hour. Asia, Eddie Money,
Barry
Todd
Manilow.
Rundgren.
Todd Rundgren? Oh, my Ralph.
Yeah, exactly. When's the last time you heard Todd Rundgren on your radio?
My stereo, but not my radio.
When's the last time Todd Rundgren heard Todd Rundgren
on the radio? Yeah.
But it's we're ready to roll here, and I don't know exactly what to say except that so far as Joe and I are concerned in the morning, it's business as usual.
That's right.
And several things that we want to remind you, and that is that we do have a telephone again. They have not taken away my telephone privileges.
Right.
And this station is very responsive to your needs. Now, remember, I still don't take no requests, but they want to listen to your needs.
Yes.
Fools that they are.
They'll learn.
Right.
They'll learn.
So with the exception of the 4 hours that we're on the air, this number I'm about to give you will be a place to call if you have some suggestions.
Yeah.
Things you'd like to hear, kinds of shows you'd like to have on the air, whatever. Somebody already has the number there.
Yeah.
It's ringing.
Uh-oh.
Dare I try?
Oh, go ahead,
This
Alex.
person will be the first person ever to be on the Quake.
FM 99.
FM 99. I'll get used to that. What? Hi, Alex.
It's Rosie. All right.
Rosie. How are you, my dear?
I'm great.
Well, we meet again. Do you realize you are the first person to call this radio station?
I'm thrilled.
There's a fool born every minute.
Yeah.
How are you, sweetheart?
I'm great. I'm
Okay.
so happy you guys are back. I missed you.
You missed me.
It's not the same without Alex and Joe. Now you're back. This is cool.
Oh, that's terrific.
And Rosie, I got your letter in the mail. Thank you very much.
She sent you a letter?
She sent me a
She
letter.
sent me a letter.
Hey,
Well, Rosie, you are officially the first person to ever call the Quake FM 99, okay?
Okay.
You will forever be enshrined somewhere, I don't know.
Probably police
Probably on
blotters.
a muni bus somewhere.
Yeah, right.
For having done this. And it couldn't have been done by a nicer person.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
There's one other caller here.
Okay.
You were the second person ever to call this radio station.
All right.
All right. The guy's been up all night listening to the tone.
Yes. Can you play the Jaws thing
Where
again,
are you
man?
calling from?
Bay City.
Bay City.
Daly City.
Oh, Daly City.
Daly City.
Well, we don't luck out all the time, okay?
All right.
Are you going to go sleep now or what?
No. I gotta go to work.
Oh, you're in a lot of trouble, I'll tell you that right now. Thank you for calling this morning. You're the second person ever to call this radio station. After this, I'm not counting anymore, okay?
Get for it.
Huh?
What do I get for it?
Well, just keep your radio on and we'll give you music for free. How's that?
I'm gonna change this station.
Already? Already? We didn't even start.
Well, play some music.
All right.
Can you play,
No, I don't take no requests. I'm sorry. Okay? But we do play music here. It's 6:13 at the Quake FM 99.
wants him so badly, knows what she wants to be. Inside her, there's longing. This girl's an open page, bookmarking. She's so close now. This girl is half his age. Don't stand so close to me. Don't stand so close to me. Her friends are so jealous. You know how bad girls get. Sometimes it's not so easy to be the teacher's pet.
Yeah. We haven't heard that in a long time.
Todd Rundgren on a rock and roll radio station. I can't believe this.
It's about time. This is the Quake FM 99. I'm Alex Bennett.
And I'm Joe Rogalski.
And the Quake FM 99, a brand new Bay Area radio station with no commercials at all. I don't know. I'm so used to being jam full in the morning that I don't know what to do. I got into saying something. I got so started running away with myself there for a second that I forgot to mention that, we don't take requests on this line at this time of the morning, but we do take calls on the air. Do you know I haven't even given out the number, and all of our lines are lit?
You mean our listeners are literate?
I don't know. They know how to look up numbers in the phone book.
I think what they did is just started pushing buttons, and some of them got lucky.
But Irene is here.
Yeah.
We brought the whole gang over.
Yeah.
Joe's here. I'm here. Irene is here. Mm-hmm. And if at any time this morning you want to call us at 478-9900 is the new number, 478-9900. Well, what do you think, Joe? You think we made a good decision here?
Sure.
Huh?
Well, I think we did. I have to get used to getting up at 4 o'clock again.
Yeah, well, that was rough. 5 weeks being able to stay up till 3 in the morning carousing.
Yeah.
And now it's back to getting up at 5 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah.
It's going to be rotten because I'm only be able to get 2 hours sleep now.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
It's in case people are wondering, the show is going to be identical, I guess.
Yeah.
So we don't want to throw you people off. The newscast will come at the same time.
Right.
And all the regular, interesting, and unusual features that have made this program a byword in San Francisco radio will be appearing every morning. And, of course, Rogalski with his dulcet tones. I want to explain something. They said, we're going to get this station on August 23rd if the general manager has to sit there holding 2 wires together.
And at this very moment...
He's in another room holding 2 wires together.
Yes.
So we have a state-of-the-art studio. This is probably the most modern studio in San Francisco.
George Lucas, eat your heart out.
Yes, right. We could send a rocket to the moon with this thing.
Really?
And so we've done everything we possibly could to make this thing get on the air.
Yeah.
So we are this island in the middle of this construction that's going on. Nothing else is finished except the studio, and it's not really even finished. They haven't put up the soundproofing yet.
Right.
They haven't done a lot of things. Your newsroom isn't one yet.
That's right. Well, it's there, but it's not.
It's that you go sitting there, but I don't think it's any great thrill. And and the bathroom here is a delight.
It certainly is.
I went in there. I figured, just before I go on the air, I had better
relieve yourself.
That's, I guess, the term you would use.
Yeah.
And I went in there and found out that there's no electricity in that part of the building.
I got a flashlight out in the car.
Well, all I had were matches.
Oh, boy.
So I found the porcelain convenience, and as I stood there attempting to whatever, I had to keep lighting matches and dropping them in to find where it was, so I didn't miss. It kind of looked like, Vietnam strafing with napalm at night, into the thing. But so we were in the middle of all this construction, and but we are on the air.
Yeah.
And we're gonna have a lot of people in this morning. We're gonna have a regular party here. We have a program director who hasn't slept in 5 days, something like that.
5 years.
5 years.
5 years.
And there's something else we can do here. Now, if people at home have stereo, you can actually hear us in stereo now.
That's right.
Joe is on one channel, I'm on the other, but we're not going to bore you with that right now.
Imagine somebody out there in their walk.
Now, Joe also doesn't have a teletype. You see, the teletype is about how many blocks from here? 7 blocks
down
from here,
right,
at the old studios that were KMPX, right?
Yeah.
So what they have done is they have taken the teletype paper and they've unrolled it all the way up here, 5 blocks, and as the news comes in, Joe keeps pulling it in the window.
Yeah, so anybody who's going by Van Ness and Sutter, drive slowly, please.
Now, and also for the next couple of days, there will be a 5-block delay on the news. You should know that as well. But Joe is doing as best he can to present the finest in news broadcasting for you on the Quake FM 99, and here he is right now for the first newscast ever in the history of the Quake FM 99.
Things are going well in Lebanon this morning. For starters, a third wave of Palestinian Liberation Organization fighters is leaving the country, Syria-bound. And Lebanon, yes, there still is a country of Lebanon, despite all the death and destruction. Lebanon has a new president this morning. He's a Christian military leader named Bashir Gemayel. The Christians are backed by the Israelis. Officials in upstate New York are dredging Lake Placid this morning, searching for the body of Calvin Simmons, the conductor of the Oakland Symphony. Simmons apparently drowned on Sunday when his canoe overturned. Other happenings, Italy's 42nd government since WW2 is in business and taking care of business. London gold opened at $378.62.5 an ounce, down $6 from Friday's close. In sports, both the Giants and the A's blew it. As far as the weather goes, we're going to have low clouds and fog coastside, mostly fair, though, in the inland areas. Right now, it's 53 degrees in San Francisco, 57 in Oakland, 55 in Santa Rosa, and 59 in good old San Jose. And this is Rogalski for the Quake, FM 99.
Which one of us is going to make the first mistake?
You are.
And say KME hell first.
You are.
Well, we'll see. We'll see.
And
You know, in fact, in my head, I was almost expecting you to say for, camel.
I'll have to make you a bet. 99 cents, you do it.
Okay, 99 cents, you do it.
Okay.
Okay. Anyway, you have just broken in the news department here.
Wow.
Albeit a piece of paper floating down Sutter Street.
Yeah.
And this is the Quake. FM 99 with no commercials.
some kind of way out of here. Say the joker to the thief. There's too much confusion. I can't get no relief. Businessman there to drink my wine.
Good morning, everybody. I'm Alex Bennett. Joe Rogelski's working in the newsroom right now, and this is the Quake FM 99, the new Quake FM 99 with no commercials. I'm Alex Bennett, and Joe Rogelski's in the newsroom getting ready. Newsroom. I say he's got a typewriter on a crate in there. Well, we're getting this place together. Good morning, everybody. It is 6:39 in the morning, and if you just woke up, you're listening to the first hour of a brand new radio station in San Francisco. Hopefully one that people will remember for a long time. It's the Quake FM 99. It's kind of new and different for a radio station because more than any radio station I've ever been at, they have the desire and the want to play songs that you want to hear and to do the kind of things you want a radio station to do. And if you have any suggestions, they read them here. We have a literate staff who knows how to open envelopes and read letters. And you can drop a card or a letter to us at the Quake. 1311 Sutter Street, San Francisco 94109. I also might mention that, things have not changed. We actually have enough room here for a rather formidable studio audience. And we invite you to come join us in the morning at 1311 Sutter. Today it's going to be a madhouse down here, but, might want to drop in. I don't know. 1311 Sutter is our address here. San Francisco 94109. And, of course, during our show, we don't sit here and take suggestions. We actually take calls on the air, and if at any point during the show this morning you want to call, 478-9900 is our new telephone number, 478-9900. And to just put a little frosting on the cake here at the Quake, FM 99, there are no commercials, but we got sticks.
Oh, Mama, I'm in fear for my life from the long arm of the law. Lawman is put an end to my running, and I'm so far from my home. Oh, Mama, I can hear you a-crying, you're so scared and all alone. Hangman is coming down from the gallows, and I don't have very long. Never more to go astray. This will be the end today of the war. was just 34 years old, and I was still wandering in a haze. I was wondering why everyone I met seemed like they were lost in a maze. I don't know why I thought I should have some kind of divine right to the blues. It's sympathy, not tears people need when they're the front page sad news. The incense burned away and the stench began to rise. Lovers now estranged, although I did catch in each other's eyes. Girls who lost their children cursed the men who fit the coil, and men not fit for marriage took their refuge in the oil. No one respects the flame quite like the fool who's badly burned. From all this you'd imagine that there must be something learned. Slip skirt, Jeannie never wear those slip skirts. I don't ever wear no lip shirts. Can't pretend the going on and never hurt. Knee pants, Jeannie never wears no knee pants. I'd be so drunk to try a new dance, so afraid of every new romance. Slip skirt, Jeannie isn't wearing those slip skirt. She wouldn't dare in those slip skirt. Wouldn't be seen bad in those slip skirt. Romance, why are we thinking of romance? Why can't we drink it up, true hot romance? Just need a brief new romance. Let me tell you some more about myself. You know, I'm sitting at home just now. The big events of the day I passed and the late TV shows have come around. I'm number one in the home team, but I still feel unfulfilled. A silent voice in a broken heart complaining that I'm unskilled. And I know that when she thinks of me, she thinks of me as him. But unlike me, she don't work off her frustration in the gym. Recriminations fester, and the past can never change. A woman's expectations run from both ends of the range. Once she walked with untamed lover's face between her legs. Now he's cool and stifled, and it's she who has to beg. Slip skirts, Jeannie never wear those slip skirts. And I don't ever wear no ripped shirts. Can't pretend that going on and never hurt. Knee pants, Jeannie never wears no knee pants. We have to be so drunk to try a new dance, so afraid of every new romance. Slip skirt, Jeannie isn't wearing those slip skirts. She wouldn't dare in those slip skirts. We're missing that in those slip skirts. Slip skirt, Jeannie isn't wearing those slip skirts. She wouldn't dare in those slip skirts. We're missing that in those slip skirts. Romance, why are we thinking of romance? Why can't we drink it up, true hot romance? Just need a brief new romance.
Peter Townsend. I guess people are getting a pretty good idea this morning of the kind of music the station's going to be playing.
Yeah.
While we don't, while we kind of babble a lot throughout the day, they are going to be hearing some some great people here at the brand new area.
That's easy for you to say.
Hey, it's the first morning. The brand new Bay Area radio station, the Quake FM 99, playing the music you asked us to play in the rich tradition of Bay Area rock and roll.
Yeah.
It is amazing. I got to be honest about saying, I'm not here to knock other people or whatever, but it is amazing that we live in an area that is famous for producing rock and roll.
Mm-hmm.
And yet, stations like KRQR and KMEL neglect that whole Bay Area rock and roll tradition.
Yeah, I understand. Like, for instance, Huey Lewis had a hit last summer, and we never knew it.
Yeah, because we were working at KMEL, and they never played the hit.
Yeah.
Now, why,
Right.
you know?
Yeah.
Well, this is a station that is going to entrench itself in that rich tradition and
Right.
is going to amplify it, hopefully. And I'm really proud to be here.
Yeah, because, you know, I've been out here 11 years now, and one of the reasons I moved out here because I realized that practically everything I was reading and listening to was coming out of the West Coast.
Yeah.
And I started working for radio stations here on the West Coast, and the longer I'm out here, the less and less Bay Area music I'm hearing all the time. So I'm delighted to be here.
We are getting calls this morning from as far away as Stockton saying we're coming in loud and clear, and we'd like to hear from you and where you're calling from and how it's coming in. And, hey, Monty just walked in.
Hey! Long time no here.
Long time no here. Monty is as we all remember, my manager.
Yes.
Gets, it's a standard 15% deal. He gets 85%. So it's
Right.
first one to arrive, huh?
Yeah.
That's right. I need my moolah.
Lucky us.
Oh, boy, did we luck out. Yeah.
What do you think of this? Wait,
Nasty, huh?
go talking to the microphone.
Here,
will
come
you?
on. They won't believe you're here unless you're speaking to this, Monty. Come
How
on.
you doing out there, everybody?
That was Monty.
He probably figures that we have to shout out the window for anybody to hear us here.
Yeah.
This is amplification. Monty.
I'm going to have to yell out the window?
You don't have
No,
to yell
no.
out the window.
Other people can hear me over this thing?
That's
Yeah,
right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How's your honey? How's your baby? This is your sweet time guy.
I think the station's in trouble.
You noticed.
Yeah. Anyway, good morning, Monty.
Good morning.
First one to
The
arrive.
Feist official crazy. Yeah.
And everybody's coming in. Tom Webb, our news director. We should. I'll get into that later. I want to introduce who all the people are at this radio station a little bit later and let them know what's going to be happening here. But I got to tell you that sometimes you go into something like this and you talk to the people that are involved in it or starting it. They're trying to sell you on the idea, and then you figure you'll go to work and you'll find out what the letdowns are going to be.
Right.
And so far, I've been pleasantly surprised that not only have things not been a letdown, but I've been surprised by the fact that they're going a step further than I ever expected them to.
Yeah. Hey, I'm in shock. We played Todd Rundgren already, and I got my coffee.
That's good for a starter. I don't know. Anyway, it is 6:53, and since he has no newsroom, he's in here. So if everybody can kind of keep a little quiet while he does his news. Here now, Joe Rogelski, in the best tradition of San Francisco radio news, with the news.
Well, believe it or not, we do have some problems this morning, traffic-wise. There is an accident on the Golden Gate Bridge, southbound, mid-span. There is one injury. We have no word right now on lane closures, but once again, there is an accident southbound, mid-span, Golden Gate Bridge, one injury. Also, we have an accident in the Oakland area, according to CHP, westbound 580 at the westbound 24 interchange. Good morning. This is Joe Rogelski for the Quake FM 99. Calvin Simmons, the conductor of the Oakland Symphony, is presumed dead this morning. Simmons, vacationing in upstate New York, took an early evening canoe ride on Lake Placid on Sunday. Witnesses said a stiff breeze kicked up, the canoe capsized, and Simmons went to the bottom. He was not wearing a life preserver. Efforts to reach him failed. New York State officials are searching for Simmons' body this morning. Calvin Simmons conducted the symphony in Oakland for the past 3 years. He was born in San Francisco. Mary May, the PR person for the Oakland Symphony, admitted this leaves us pretty much destitute, but the show will go on. Oakland Symphony conductor Calvin Simmons, presumed dead, a drowning victim. Simmons was 32. Believe it or not, things are actually looking up in Lebanon this morning. The third wave of Palestinian Liberation Organization fighters is leaving the country bound for Syria, and there appears to be little, if any, hassle in the eventual evacuation of all the PLO from West Beirut. Of course, we must remember that the PLO continues to occupy other sectors of Lebanon, which does not make the Israelis happy. But the election of Lebanon's new president must make the Begin regime happy this morning. Lebanon's new head honcho is Bashir Gamayil. He's a Christian. Muslim politicians in Lebanon aren't terribly excited about Gamayil, but they did not put up any opposition. Benjamin Sashway is opposed to registering for the Selective Service sign-up, and he faces trial this week in San Diego for refusing to fill out that SS card at his local post office. Sashway is actually the first man to be indicted for not registering for a potential draft, although a Virginia man went on trial for similar actions last week and was found guilty in order to sign up. Mr. Sashway says signing up is his part. He says signing up is part of a federal plot to crank up the draft. The White House denies such thoughts. On the Planet Prowl this morning, the Polish government has warned its citizens to can further anti-government protest. And oil expert Dan Lundberg says gas consumption in the U.S. was down last week. So was the price, by half a cent a gallon. Taking care of business. London gold opened on the downside this morning, down $6. The quote, 378.62.5. The predictions on Wall Street are that the Dow will be down today. And the Central Bank of Iceland has devalued its currency by 13%. Iceland, by the way, has the highest rate of inflation on the planet. In sports, Giant manager Frank Robinson says, "We was robbed." Actually, I can't air what he said. It seems that in the bottom of the 12th inning of Sunday's match with the Cards, catcher Glenn Blummer stole home on Giants pitcher Gary Lavelle. Robinson claims the ump should have made a call on the pitch to the plate, and he says that pitch was a strike. A strike would have canned the Cards' winning run. By the way, the A's lost also on Sunday. Then again, we're getting used to that, aren't we? Low clouds and fog, coast side, mostly fair in the inland areas. And right now the temperatures throughout the bay.
It's easy for you to say.
It certainly is. San Francisco 53, Oakland
First morning jitters is in here.
No, actually, I can't read my own writing. See, I typed up this.
I can't either, you know. I mean, you write notes to me, and it takes me an hour to decipher them.
Yeah. How do you think I feel? Anyway, San Francisco, it's 53, Oakland 57, Santa Rosa 55, and San Jose 59. And once again, we should warn you, if you're coming in for the North Bay this morning, problems on the Golden Gate Bridge. There is an accident southbound mid-span. There's at least one injury. No word yet on any lane closures. That is it for now. Rogelski for the Quake, FM 99.
How does it feel?
It feels great.
You know, it's good. It's funny. I got to tell you, this is the truth. Rogelski and I have worked together for, 2 years?
Yeah.
And we figured, hey, 5 weeks, hey, you go your way, I go mine. We found that every day, just by habit, we'd have to have lunch with each other. But we didn't have lunch on Saturdays and Sundays.
That's true.
It's very true.
Yeah.
And I want to know that a lot of the old gang is with us here.
Yeah.
Irene has come over and is our producer again.
Yeah.
So it feels like an old home week. And there are a lot of other people that you'll meet that you've known before. And there are going to be people coming in all morning long, a lot of the comics from San Francisco. And it's going to be fun. If you want to call us at any point this morning, some of you will be on the air. It's 478-9900 is the brand new number, 478-9900. And if you're around the Bay Area, we would like to hear where you're hearing us from.
Yeah, please.
We'd like to get an idea of how far the signal is getting out. And we'll talk to some of you on the air, too.
Yeah.
Okay, this is the Quake FM 99 with no commercials. Good morning, everybody. This is Alex Bennett on the Quake, FM 99, and it is 7:02 at the sound of the camel who's finally had it.
The Quake, FM 99, KQAK San Francisco, with no commercials.
Those crazy nights I do remember in my youth. I do recall those were the best times, most of all. In my heat with a blue jean girl, learning love from once in a lifetime. She found me singing by the railroad tracks, took me home. We danced by the moonlight. Those summer nights are calling, stone in love. Can't help myself, I'm falling, stone in love. Old dusty roads led to the river, burning slow. She pulled me down, ooh, I didn't clover. We go round in the heat with a blue jean girl, burning love, come once in a lifetime. Oh, the memories never fade away. Golden girl, I'll keep you forever. Those summer nights are calling, stone in love. Can't help myself, I'm falling, stone in love. Those summer nights are calling, stone in love. Can't help myself, I'm falling, stone in love.
Good morning, everybody. It is a brand new day with a brand new radio station. It's 7:06 here at the Quake, FM 99. I'm Alex Bennett, and
I'm Joe Rogelski.
or I'm Alex Bennett,
And I'm Joe Rogelski.
or
I'm Alex Bennett.
and I'm Joe. It doesn't matter,
No.
actually.
Well, I had the beard.
Yeah, and he wears smaller shirts than I do.
Yeah.
Right. right.
Yeah.
You're a small, right?
No, I wear a medium,
You
actually.
wear medium?
Yeah.
Oh, well, I always get a large because then they shrink. you know.
Yeah.
Do these shirts shrink?
That's-
Not the 50% ones.
No,
right?
see, I always get a medium, then
it-
I shrink.
Because at Camel, you know, if you wash those things once, you have
Yes.
to use them as a hand puppet.
Yes,
You know.
yes. I put one on a kitten one day, and the kitten almost died. It was awful. Just awful.
I had an enemy once, and I, put a Camel baseball jersey on him.
Yeah.
Threw him into a swimming pool.
Yeah.
Almost killed him. It was terrible. It was horrible.
Goodness.
Anyway.
His neck was blowing bubbles. Huh?
His neck was blowing bubbles. Monty's here already.
Hey.
But I think we should probably set this whole thing up. Number one, this morning I just like to have people the premise this morning is call and say hello.
Yeah.
I can't think of anything else to do on a first day, okay? 478-9900, we'll talk to some of the people out there like we always do. 478-9900 is our new number. Our address here, and it's important that you know the address because this is probably the first time I ever heard of a radio station actually wanting to hear from you, because this station is programmed by your suggestions, by your wants, by your needs. They're all fed into a giant program director
Yes.
and spewed out as programming here.
Yes.
The stuffed bagels showed up with their stuff.
Oh, look at that.
Oh, whitefish.
Yeah.
Whitefish chub. Oh, boy.
They got a stuffed camel outside.
Do they?
They got a stuffed camel.
Yeah,
I'm
well,
gonna stop it. I'll get sued.
I'll tell you, it's off my diet.
Oh, really?
Yeah. We're always looking for suggestions here at Quake FM 99. If there are any shows, records, features you'd like to hear, just drop us a line here at the Quake, 1311 Sutter in San Francisco, 94109. And I might add that, of course, we, as usual, are going to have a studio audience in here in the morning.
Mm-hmm.
And if you want to be part of that studio audience, just come on down.
Yeah.
1311 Sutter.
It's Van Ness and Sutter.
Right across from E.T. Right catty
Regency-
corner to E.T.
Yeah, the Regency Theaters.
Regency Theaters
Yeah.
over there. Actually, what's great about the reason I took this job, Joe?
Why?
I mean, the fact that we're only making $225 a week.
Yeah.
You argued about
You're
that.
making $225 a week?
Yeah. I mean, I know I had to take a cut in pay, but
I came
the
over here
200
for 80.
you just haven't got Monty working on your side,
Yeah.
Anyway, the main reason I took the job is that when we get through here,
Yeah.
we can get in line over at the Regency before anybody else.
What happens if E.T. isn't there?
Well, phone home.
Before I forget, I should tell people that accident is still working on the Golden Gate Bridge. One lane is closed, the curb lane southbound on the Golden Gate Bridge, and things are kind of slow in general, so you might lose a few minutes in that North Bay commute getting into the city.
I also have another announcement for everybody here in the studio that the sun has come up, so you can now use the bathroom.
Oh, good.
Without having to throw
Good.
matches into the commode to find it.
Oh, that's great.
We are in the middle of all this construction here.
Yes.
I want to take out a second here to let people know that this is a radio station, I think, unlike any radio station you've heard in a long time in this city. It is being conceived as a radio station in the best tradition of San Francisco radio. And to that end, they have gotten a staff here and I'm happy to say radio personalities as opposed to just disc jockeys.
Yeah.
People who are going to entertain you, who are going to become part of your lives, who you're going to want to know, kind of people you'd like to have come into your house and sit down, put their feet up on the table and
Raid your refrigerator.
yeah, heist a few beers or something,
Right.
or whatever else you hoist. They are a group of the most talented individuals that I've ever seen one radio station get under one roof. And it starts at 10 o'clock with Belle Nolan,
Yeah.
who you all know from KRQR, who got tired of reading liner cards and wanted to be a human being again on the air.
Yep.
I am not a liner card reader. I am a human being. And she's here, and she, there's more depth to her, folks, than that was, the time is, here is, and you're going to hear that. And she's also our, what is the title, assistant program director? Is that the title?
Yeah, third person from the left, I think, yeah.
And so you all know her.
Yeah.
And then there's a guy they got out of Houston. Actually, he sprung somebody from Houston by the name of Tim Bador. Tim, on top of being a fine radio personality, is also a stand-up comic. In fact, he's going to be playing the Punchline next month.
Right.
And you're going to want to get to know him. He's here starting at what, 2:30?
2:30.
I have to get these shifts correct. And
Yeah.
he goes until when?
7.
7.
Yeah.
Then it's 7 o'clock. Oz. Need we say more? We have some people with weird names here, but Oz is...
Oz is Oz.
I heard Oz doing good music. Not good music, but the big band
Big
stuff,
band music,
right?
yeah.
And I don't... To show you what a pro he was, he actually sounded like he knew that music. And it was going great until one day he blew it and said that was Bing Crosby with Paul Whitman's orchestra.
It was a little sampler.
He's terrific, and he's, again, a guy with a great sense of humor and a great sense of rock and roll.
Yeah.
And finally, back to the Bay Area. Where is he?
Where is he? Get him in here.
Bring
Come
him
on,
in
where
here.
is he? Come on. Yo.
Here's a guy you
Get
haven't-
over here.
you
Get
haven't
over
heard in a
here.
while.
Oh my God, FM again.
Here's a guy you haven't heard in a long time because most FM radio stations don't really understand what he's about. And every time I've gone around and they say, who are you going to have on the station? I say, Lobster. And immediately they go, Lobster! Right?
Well, it's funny.
They think I'm going to buy them a dinner is what the problem
I was just
is.
talking to someone on the phone who was calling and asking, oh, what is the station like? And then he ran down all the names he saw in the pink section yesterday, and it was really nice. He said, well, I didn't know what happened to you when that station you last worked at San Jose. I worked
Where
at
were
an
you?
AM AOR station called KLIV, and they changed it to big band music in May of last year.
Oh, well, this is your way
So
of
this
getting
is a
even.
revenge. We've gone the other way. I have nothing against anybody's music, but I'm glad mine's back someplace.
Oh, great. Yeah. It's good to have you here.
Yeah, it's nice to be operating again.
But everybody I talk to says the Lobster's going to be, and they just go crazy. I don't know what it is. I guess it must be that lobster outfit, huh?
Maybe it's Bill Murray's fault. We put Bill Murray on for a second? Bill Murray was responsible for this. I wasn't.
All right.
Everybody get out of here. There's a lobster loose. Oh, holy cow, he's loose. Everybody get out of here. He's vengeful. Quickly, cover yourself with that butter and carry lemons just in case. You have to squirt them with it and so forth and repel them. Everybody get out of here quickly. There's going to be a tragedy. Oh, God.
Oh, that felt so good.
The lobster's back.
Yeah, midnight tonight.
Yeah. I'll be doing Sunday afternoons, and I'll be on midnight, my kind of hours, you know. It is called the Lobster Shift. You can look it up in your Funkin' Wag.
Is it really?
Yes, it's in the dictionary.
Son of a gun. Okay, we're gonna be let's get to work here. We're gonna be taking some calls. 478-9900 is the number to call. I'm here. Joe Rogelski is here. Irene, good to have you back, sweetheart. And this is the Quake FM 99.
Holy cow, we're loose!
And as an absolute and wonderful frosting on the cake, no commercials. I pushed the wrong button. It finally happened, folks. Finally happened. Okay, I pushed this button here.
You be shaking.
Robert Plant for you on the Quake FM 99, where it's 7:18. We got a whole bunch of people coming in here. Everybody just applaud so they know you're here this morning. We even got listeners walking in the door now. So it's going to be fun. Hello, Ray Booker.
Hello, Alex.
How do you like breaking in a radio station?
Yeah, isn't this cute? Still got tape on the windows.
That's so we don't break through them while this is still under construction. I mean,
yeah.
They decided they were going to go on August 23rd, come hell or high water, and this is the high water here.
Yeah.
Let's take some calls. We got some people out there that have been calling this morning, and I want to find out who they are. Good morning. Are you? Let me turn this on here. Are you there? Oh, wait a minute. Where are we? Got to learn how to use this. Good morning.
Good morning, Alex.
Who's this?
This is Paul from
Novato.
Yes. Good morning.
Son of a gun.
Hey, how you doing?
It's like old home week here.
Certainly is. Yeah, I'm wearing my varsity letter. This is it's nice to have you back, but I'm a little nervous.
You're a little. What are you nervous about?
Oh, you're becoming kind of like the George Killian of Bay Area radio. You know, I stopped it once, I can stop it again. So don't stop making it, okay? We missed you a lot.
We plan to stick around for a long time to come here.
Yeah, I figured out how they could afford to get by with no commercials, by hiring someone probably who works as cheap as you do.
Thanks for calling, Paul.
Alex.
Okay. Good morning. You're on the Quake FM 99.
Yeah, morning, Alex. Yeah, I just want to say I really enjoy...
Where are you calling from?
I'm calling here from the city.
You're calling from the city?
Yeah.
Yeah.
My name's Cal.
Yeah.
And I just wanted to say, this is, I guess, going back in history a little bit, but I really enjoyed your show on Wednesday, the closing show you did on KMPX.
Yeah.
That was kind of a tribute to your dad, huh?
Yeah, it sure was.
Yeah, it was a really nice show you did. It was, the closing for that old-time station was really nice that you did.
Yeah.
And, I just want to say I really enjoyed it. Also, this is, I don't know, maybe it's a little not appropriate to bring it up on the air here, but I'm wondering, I hear that there's another station going to go AOR middle of next month, KFOG, I believe, right?
Yeah, they're supposed to. Nobody knows really whether they're going to or not.
Uh-huh. But it seems like...
Somebody has dubbed all this the radio wars, actually.
Yeah, it's like, that's going to be like 7 AOR stations.
But we like to kind of think of ourselves like Switzerland, We don't go to war with anybody because we got it made.
Uh-huh.
I think that what you're going to hear here is going to be the most amazing thing to happen to San Francisco radio in a long time.
Old KMPX, huh?
Yeah, and I hope you'll stick with it. I think if you just listen to it for a while, you're going to hear the difference. It's an absolute difference. Thanks for calling this morning.
Okay, thanks.
Okay, bye-bye.
Bye.
Well, we're certainly getting a lot of folks in here. My Nathan from Captain Video brought me Junior's cheesecake all the way from Brooklyn. Hey, it's the best cheesecake anywhere. Carrie Snow just walked in. Hello there, Carrie, my dear.
Hi.
How are you?
How are you, big guy? You look pretty cute today. I brought donuts in. I bought them in Oakland.
Yeah, well, thanks for coming down to break in the studio. I know how you're used to breaking in young boys, so I think this is probably
The USS Constellation.
You notice
came
I
in,
didn't disagree.
Carrie, by the way, finished in the top 5. Where were you?
2.
Number
it
2.
Doesn't matter where I was. I'm
in
there.
the first
I've done it
in the
so
first
many
week
times.
of the comedy competition.
And I'm going to be the sleazebag contingent, I think.
Are you really?
Yeah, that's who I'm representing this year. They're, sponsoring me. I got a robe with a satin robe and the whole thing.
I have a very important function we have to perform here. Is Joe here? Is Joe around? Let's get Joe in here.
Yeah.
Is he having problems?
Liquor. That's what race is.
Working.
So enjoy yourself, and we'll talk to you in a little bit.
I'm talking herring and sour cream here. I'm in hog heaven.
I can imagine.
About that.
Let Joe sit in there.
Hi, Joe.
Morning. How you doing?
Joe is having to work under dire conditions here this
I
morning.
work for a living, I don't stand up and try to be funny,
Yeah, you sit down and make
Sits
Make
down
a
and
lot
makes
of people happy. Yes, there's a big difference.
He sits down and makes a fool of himself, so
Boom,
it's
boom.
whatever.
Oh, all right.
Well, Joe, first of all, I should I want to remind these people of a few facts about this radio station that I think are kind of important to remember, and that basically this is the Quake FM 99, a brand new Bay Area radio station with no commercials at all, nada. You're probably wondering how we're going to make money. At this moment, our sales staff is down in Union Square with a tin cup.
Yes,
actually.
a very large tin cup.
And, tradition being what it is, we can't change a hair on this station's head, on our show's head, okay?
Mm-hmm.
And I know as much as you love it, here we go.
Letters. Oh, we get letters. Oh, we get letters every day. Mailman, mailman, mail today. River, I snow it up. I still don't know what they're doing. Oh, letters. Oh, we get letters. Let's find out what you have to say. Mailman, mail today.
Yes, we have some mail, Joe.
What do we have, Alex?
Well, this one appears to come from Oakland, California. Actually, more particularly, Antioch, California. It says, Dear Alex, quite a while ago you had an excellent premise of what's the worst thing about being a male or female.
Oh, no.
Well, I can tell you what the worst thing is about being a woman. When men and women have sex, it's just taken for granted. It's just assumed that sex isn't over until the man reaches orgasm. It's...
Wait a minute.
It's not taken for granted nor assumed that sex isn't over until a woman has a
climax. Alex.
Yeah.
Alex, how long has our sabbatical been?
5 weeks.
5 weeks.
5 weeks.
How old is that letter, Alex?
It says June 11th, 1982 at the...
How many weeks is that, Alex?
Oh, I don't know.
About 8?
About 8 weeks, yeah, sure.
That means that 3 weeks before we left the other place, you started reading that letter.
Well, it's, a good letter, and I've often been told if in show business you add sex to anything, you got a hit. So here it says orgasm and climax.
Yeah. Do you have anything else, Alex?
Well, let's see here. I have, where is that letter? Oh, here's one I have. It says, it's a picture of me with my face torn up saying, we don't have no damn requests. I think that's a pretty good one there. And
Martinez lives.
And finally, Dear Alex and Joe, having a great time, but still miss listening to you in the morning. This is somebody undoubtedly who doesn't know we're gone. It's from Hawaii.
Yes.
Naked woman on the front here.
Oh, yes.
And it says, waiting for Alex. She's on the beach there with her Yaba who's hanging out there.
Right.
The weather's been hot.